Introduction. The popularity of homeschooling seems on the increase, although some people are convinced that homeschoolers are not going to amount to anything valuable in the long run. In this speech, I am going to outline the strong points and drawbacks of homeschooling. It is believed that homeschooled children lack social skills, and their parents bear huge expenses and have no time for themselves. On the other hand, homeschooling perfectly fits the child's needs, is valued no less than public schooling, and creates closer family bonds. Additionally, in contrast to public schools, homeschooling de-stresses children rather than distresses them. Cons of homeschooling. As their strongest argument, skeptics generally maintain that homeschooled children do not receive the social interaction they need. At earlier stages of development, it is critical for children to socialize and advance their communication skills. Children studying at home do not get this opportunity and are likely to have problems socializing and making friends later in life. An unsociable child is also prone to have troubles with peer acceptance, not least because homeschooling is still regarded as an oddity and deviation. Another argument is concerned with the cost of home education. At that, it does not matter if the parents choose to educate the child themselves or hire a tutor. In both instances, their budget is likely to be shattered. A serious point to consider is that on average, a tutor's services will cost $30 to $40 per hour. A parent tutor will probably have to quit their job to get all the time they need. One way or the other, homeschooling is a costly affair. Apart from the money it takes to homeschool children, parents are likely to devote most of their time to it. Eventually, they might find themselves spending 24 hours a day with their children with not a moment of solitude and privacy left. Although such parental participation does not seem alarming short-term, it can be stressful in the long run, which is the reason some parents find they are not quite ready to homeschool. These arguments are logical and true to life, but let us look on the brighter side. Pros of homeschooling. Those who stand for homeschooling insist that it provides tailor-fit education. The child has a chance to learn at their own pace, which can be slower or faster than that of public school students. It is true that every child is special and every child's needs matter. Still, in cases when children cannot cope with public school environment, homeschooling can be the only way out. The parents or tutor can fit the education process to their child's needs, presumably, for the children's own good. To counter the parental stress argument, it does not take much logical reasoning to admit homeschoolers are likely to have better relationships with their families. Provided that the parents are not overly authoritative when it comes to educational activities, familial bonds are formed and preserved lifelong. Educating their children and tracking their progress, parents have a chance to know their children better, which is the cornerstone of good parenting. Additionally, parental involvement can prevent aggressive and destructive behaviors in teens and preteens, which is another solid point to consider. Speaking about aggression, one cannot deny that bullying issues are pressing as ever. Despite public schools' best efforts, peer pressure is persistent. Homeschoolers, in their turn, are free from the agony and negativity bullying brings. Consider a harassed school student trying to concentrate and failing at that. Now consider education in a comfortable homely atmosphere where a child feels loved and valued. In this respect, a homeschooler not only has a chance to focus but also develops an emotionally stable personality. Finally, and this is good news, there is an extensive list of colleges that accept homeschoolers. Each year homeschooled students are admitted to study in selected colleges and universities across the United States. Such institutions as Harvard College, Yale University, University of Chicago, Trinity University, and many others are known to have admitted homeschooled students, that is, without high school diplomas. Many institutions believe homeschoolers are more fit for the scholarly atmosphere. Based on some general tests, portfolios, and application essays, homeschoolers have equal admission chances. Conclusion. To conclude, it would be wrong to say homeschooling does not have its weak points. Still, the strong points can seem more relevant for some and eventually determine their choice of educating children. Whether you think that the strengths of homeschooling outweigh the weaknesses or not, you have to admit the practice is viable and is quite likely to bring positive results. Study Corgi can help you make your studies smarter. Visit studycorgi.com for more samples like this, study tips, and writing tools.